Howdy, howdy, howdy.
What's up, everybody?
I didn't even get to take a minute to say hi to John. John's still muted.
John's still muted.
Hey!
There he is. There he is. Nice. Hey, John, what's happening?
No, not much.
I didn't even
I
have a
found
chance
something
to...
for Rick that Rick was looking for this guy, and I happen to have one, so I told him we're gonna do some trading. This is Wong from the Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Sidekick Wong, and Ollie's had some of these. I actually almost picked up another one, but then I got thinking about it and thought, well, two Wongs don't make a white, so.
Hey, put that back on mute, would you? I don't know. Why are we doing this? Why do we do this, Jane?
I don't know, man. We're glad for punishment, I reckon.
That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm feeling better.
Yeah, yeah. What gave it away?
Jesus. Adam, if you're watching, I had to bow out on you last week. I was just feeling awful.
Hey, sick is sick, right?
Yeah, I sure hated it but I did watch some of it, and I went back and watched some later. So.
Yeah, we got through.
Man,
we got through. The top 100 list kind of came unglued a little bit though, because it was just like that. Well, we'll get there later, right? That list turned into such a hot mess that. Well, you saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyways, we have. Let's do this first, right? Let's get our guest on here so he can keep us entertained for a while, right? There he is.
Hello.
There he is.
He was eating the free cookies in the green room. I couldn't bring him in right away.
No, that's right. That's right.
Love those cookies.
The infamous green room. This, viewers, is Jeremy Cowart, and he has been in our Alabama group, for those of you that are watching on any of the other 6 continents, because we know we have fans everywhere, including Antarctica. So, Jeremy's been with us for 3 years, a little over 3 years, right?
Probably so.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty close to the very beginning of the group, right?
Pretty much.
I guess so.
Yeah, within a month or two.
We're 3 years old.
Yeah, Shane hit his head really hard in December, and then in January this group got started. So, yeah, you
gotta watch what you do with hammers.
Yeah, exactly. You might start a fake group, Facebook group, right? So yeah, welcome, Jeremy. And,
well, thank you. Nice to be here.
We're gonna put him through the 10 hunt drill because he's an interesting cat, and by the time we get to question 10, we'll talk about some of the projects that he's got going on. Yes, I hear you, Nancy. I hear you. Did you? We just figured out that you and Jeremy are actually related, and I had said that you, considering your age, is probably a generation or two ahead of him. So maybe you didn't pay attention to who was at the kids' table. But he might be one of them. I don't know. John's like, I'm going to duck because something's going to
I can hear the footsteps in the background.
That's right. Well, I don't think it's any mistake that moose is right up there prominently on John's brand new shelves either. So
I can see it from here.
You know, you shoot at me, I'm going to shoot back. So that's just the way it works.
Man found dead in the woods of ball play community. Looks like the murder weapon was bludgeoned to death by a toy moose.
Trampled by a toy moose. All right. For those of you that are new to the webcast, what we do is we have guests, and we are primarily a G.I. Joe group, or we had started out that way. And of course, not all collectors are that rigid, so we've kind of branched out. But one thing that stuck with us is 10 Hut, which is 10 questions. We get a guest. One, you get 10 questions. First 9 questions are the same within their category of collector. You know, vendors and creators have a different. And I think it's verse 9. Everybody gets the first 9 questions correct. The 10th question, something comes up while we are having discussions about the first 9. Makes sense? So, Mr. Cowart is going to get the 10 Hut drill here. So let's do it. Let's jump. Number 1, what do you collect, Jeremy?
I collect mainly Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe, but it ventures out into Masters of the Universe, lots of different things, but mainly Marvel Legends and G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I see some DC stuff behind you there. So
yeah, I collect some of the McFarlane stuff. Occasionally, I'll pick up some NECA stuff. I've got quite a few NECA figures.
Yep.
A lot of vintage figures, a lot of vintage G.I. Joe and Masters of the Universe.
Very cool.
Thundercats.
Yep,
a lot of 80s stuff.
Yeah, so you're an 80s kid. I mean, it's
exactly.
Pretty straightforward. All of the what you'd expect to.
Everything that pushes that nostalgia button.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I hear you there. Yeah, I hear you. You a hero fan, villain fan? You like the anti-heroes? Where are you at with that?
Well, I usually gravitate more towards villains.
Mm-hmm.
They make for interesting stories. The good guys have to have somebody to fight, you know.
Yep. That seems to be the common sentiment that villains are just more interesting.
Right.
Not that anybody necessarily wants to be like them. They're just more entertaining. And yeah, makes sense. Yeah, you're not alone in that. Anti-hero, I have to tell you, anti-hero is been dying off for the last few years. It's one of those gimmicky things that kind of run its course, I think. But the villain thing has staying power because, geez, I just read another thing from my bestie Larry Harmon today that he was talking about. Yeah, he's not really my bestie. I just say that.
They're like this.
Exactly right. Yeah, he's in New York and I'm in Alabama. We're just like peas in a pod. Yeah, no, he was saying the same thing. They gave him a top 5. They gave him a top 10 list. Top 5 that you like the most and top 5 that you can't stand. And it was interesting. His comments about villains were basically the same. They're just more entertaining to write because they don't have the structure that heroes have to have. Well, they're not heroes anymore, right? It makes perfect sense. So, number 3, favorite line of all time. Could be current, could be old, could be.
Wow, line.
Yeah, which line? Come on. Oh, come on.
I have to go with G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, I have more G.I. Joe stuff than anything.
So maybe I have to switch lists. No, no, we're good. We're good because it works either way. Yeah. I mean, it's. I'll ad lib one here. Would that answer have been the same before classified?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely
it does
before
make a difference for
classified.
some because before classified, it was just about forgotten again. You know,
it wasn't by me.
Good. No, that's awesome. Yeah. No,
I think I have bought a pretty good chunk of every iteration of G.I. Joe, other than say Sigma 6 and maybe Renegades.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime the 25th anniversary or 50th anniversary, whatever came out,
right,
I picked those things up like crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, see, mine was Spy Troopers. I never got into that stuff.
It's kind of weird.
Or Valor versus Venom. I never really got into them.
Right. I wound up buying most of those.
I mean,
just because I thought it was really cool to have G.I. Joe back on the aisles again.
Yeah.
I mean, you had guys walking around like this with little bitty tiny heads.
That was a serious syndrome with that line.
I just can't see it.
It was at the time. It was exciting because you had new sculpts. It wasn't just repaints like they'd done.
Right. That's true. Yeah, that is true.
It was like, ooh, something new, you know.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's good to hear because, like I said, I'm very happy that Classified revitalized the whole thing. But sometimes I wonder if the question would have been, if the answer would have been the same 3 years ago now, right?
Right.
3 years
Mhm.
in. So, wow. Favorite character? Any line.
Character, hands down, is the Punisher. I
Cool.
have every Punisher comic book that I have ever run across. I've bought it.
Nice. Nice. Boy, there's a character that
I've always been a fan.
changes over the last couple of years, huh?
Yeah, it's sad.
Well, yeah, I think we're all kind of in that same boat. No matter who it is, as far as comics go, especially, that we're just kind of sad now.
Yeah, just not the same.
It's just not. It's just not. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I guess we can talk about that later. But I don't know. They're gonna have to do something about their price. I mean, seriously, for a 3 3/4 inch figure. But like I said, we can talk about that later, if you guys want. Favorite figure?
I don't know that I have a favorite figure, honestly. There are so many that I think are great.
Yep.
I can't put my finger on just one.
Sure, and that's fair.
It's impossible.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mine,
'Cause-
mine changes week to week, I think.
Right?
yeah, because I've had this discussion before. All this McFarlane stuff, it's starting to get droopy. You know, I'm finding figures on the floor pretty consistently now because it just the joints are kind of not breaking. They're just kind of,
Getting all gummy.
yeah. So it's kind of like, so my favorite last week is now on the floor and it's not my favorite anymore. Yeah, so I get that. That's a fair answer. Sure is a fair answer. Number 6, favorite piece in your collection.
Probably the favorite piece in my collection is probably my Serpentor. I like it a lot, and I just can't seem to actually put it on a shelf anywhere. So it's always kind of hanging around my kitchen on my table.
Vintage, classified, which is it? Is it your
From
vintage,
the
classified?
from
Which
the
is it?
classified line.
Classified. It's pretty awesome,
yeah.
isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it sure is. That is a good one.
So he's always hanging around somewhere, no matter what I'm doing.
Yep. I know if rumors are true or guesstimates, whichever way you want to put it, if he ends up on a retro card, that will be a hot one because there's still an awful lot of collectors that didn't get anywhere near the San Diego Comic-Con one that we all got with the Chariot, even though it was re-released, twice?
I think so.
Went back up for reorder twice?
Believe
John
so.
would remember better than me, I think. I think it was twice, wasn't it, John?
Twice, yes.
Yeah. So, cool beans. But yeah, it's an awesome figure. I agree.
Yeah, super cool.
Yep. Current Grail piece. What's your holy grail that you're Indiana Jonesing for? How's that? How'd you like that one, Shane?
I don't think I have a Grail piece. And usually, everything that I have really wanted, I've been able to track down.
Nice.
So, but I give up pretty easy too. Like if I really want a figure and I see the price starts going up on it and everybody's buying it out, then I just give up on it. I'm like, oh well, that would have been nice, but
Well, yeah, no, I get. Oh boy, I get that. Yeah.
I was really looking forward to trying to get the Dark Side figure that came out a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And that was really hard. I mean, it sold out so fast everywhere.
Yep.
But there again, it reminded me just exactly of the superpowers from the 80s.
Yeah.
And I thought I need that in my collection somewhere.
Yes, and well, send me a message after the show.
All right.
How's that?
Oh,
Well, it's too early. If I say something now, somebody will probably get it. That makes sense.
Well, Wolf, then he got some.
See, that's all I was going to tell him, John. How everybody's going to run out and call Jonathan, and it's just like,
now everybody's headed to the wolf den.
He already posted it in the group, so
yeah, but I was the only one that even responded. So,
Yeah.
and I don't know how many you got, but call Jonathan Wolfson. Once you're off here, send him a message. He's in the group.
Okay, cool.
Or find that post. Post was only what, a week or so ago?
I remember seeing that.
Yeah. So just
I remember seeing the post.
yeah, he pre-ordered some, so let him know. He'll set you on the side. How's that? If he's still got them.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So don't message me.
Great guy to work with too, man.
Never mind. I'm being a rude. Sorry.
I thought maybe you
what-
ordered a couple of dozen of them or something while you were talking.
Yeah, I know, huh? But that's as far as Mr. Todd goes, that's the lesson learned. I think his numbers have dropped way down, and most of these pre-orders are evaporating in seconds because the numbers he's just not producing the same numbers.
Right.
Just so, buyer beware, right? So. Number 8. Geez, we're smoking right along, ain't we?
Yep.
What piece have you sold or lost that you miss the most?
I haven't sold or lost anything.
Wow.
I mean, well, no, take that back. I take that back. I'm sorry. My G.I. Joe General. I lost that in a tornado in 1994, and I have been looking for another one that's complete ever since.
Nice. Well,
So,
there you go.
yes, I
That's a
lost
cool
that.
answer.
I wish I still had it.
You were here in Alabama when you lost it?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's probably in Georgia. Which way was it twisted? It's either in Mississippi or Georgia. That's a cool story, though.
Was that the April 27th tornado?
No, this would have been Palm Sunday. Palm Sunday, 1994.
94.
Oh,
it'd been that was the one.
Geez,
that
it
hit
wasn't even
Goshen
that
Church.
old.
Yeah, I was like 12 when that hit, I believe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the General itself wasn't even that old in 1994. It hadn't even
Nope.
had a
Nope,
chance
come
to
out in
deal
like
with
91 or
detail.
92, maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
That was the one that hit Goshen Church right over here in Piedmont.
Yeah, it did. Went through Piedmont, too.
It's all over the news and all. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
Wow. Well, yeah,
Dave's
that's
right. It would be in Georgia.
yeah, definitely in Georgia. Wow. Well, I mean, that's too bad, but it's
Yeah.
been a while. That's awesome. It's a cool story.
I think
a really
that's
cool-
what makes me hang on to stuff like I do.
Definitely lost. That's for sure. Wow.
Yeah, it's gone.
That is okay. I gotta make note of that. That is definitely the coolest lost. Okay, so Jeremy is up 2 points because of tornado. Nice. Okay, so everybody else is going to have to possibly lie to beat that.
Yeah,
one.
beat that.
Yep, all noted. So anybody else, if you ever do a 10 hut, remember, get ready to lie on 8 because tornado is definitely top of the list. You a mint and box guy or loose or a mix or what?
No, I'm a loose collector 9 times out of 10. I can't help it. It looks way better out of the box on a shelf than it does in a box on a shelf.
I hear you.
Plus, for what I do, I can take pictures with it out of the box,
Right. Makes it a lot better. More action poses outside the box. Yeah. Less glare.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Well, we're at question 10. So you know what?
All right.
We're just I will just give a little bit of background, as in you do some cool dioramas, and that's all I'm going to add to that. I will, because I don't know that much about it. So we'll, if you got some stuff you want to show off or plug or talk about, or the other guys can ask questions, that is your 10. What are you up to there? Holy cow. What's that?
Well, I sent Shane several pictures of what I have been making lately. And the way it goes, I have been having a hard time keeping inventory. I have a lot of my stuff up on eBay, and it usually sells out pretty quick.
Nice.
And between eBay and special orders that I get, I stay pretty busy.
Nice.
Making all kinds of different things. So.
And Shane's got that running right on the bottom there, a little Chiron running, which is awesome. Thanks, Shane.
Yeah, that one there I liked it a lot. I got a good response out of it.
Yeah.
The little weapons room there. A lot of people liked it.
Yeah, very cool. What are the dimensions on this piece?
If the way you're looking at it right now, or the way you was looking at it before, where you can see the guns on the wall, that was 11 and a half inches wide, and it's 17 and a half inches deep.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, okay.
I usually make these to like fit the boxes that I have,
Mhm. Yeah,
so I
well,
don't
yeah,
make
right.
it and then have to track down a box that it'll fit in.
Right. Yeah, and that's actually pretty smart. To do it that way.
Well, that
instead
wasn't
of
how I
just-
started out doing it, but eventually I got really tired of trying to find a box.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's cool.
These things can get away with you in a hurry.
Oh yeah, I believe that. Boy, don't I believe that. So, what are you printing your own? You're printing your own signage there, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I usually just look something up. What I'm used to seeing around. I work in a steel factory, so I see all kinds of
Oh, yeah.
labels and warning
Right.
labels all the time. So I look for stuff that I would normally see there.
and that makes sense, right? Because that's the real world, man.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yep.
And for a good
Very
chunk of it, that's what I'm going for. Trying to make something that's realistic. In some cases, I try to make it look more like what you'd see in a comic book or on a cartoon, maybe
Mhm.
that sort of thing. Just depends on what I'm asked to do or what mood I'm in that day.
These are all just miscellaneous weapons from
Yes,
whatever you've got.
G.I. Joe and Marvel Legends mainly.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Very cool. Very, very
And,
cool.
that's that knitting backing right there, right?
Yes, it is.
Crochet, right?
Right.
That's a cool use for that.
It is very useful in diorama making.
Wow,
It can
that
be so
really
many
was-
things.
I remember my daughters having that stuff around because they were always making their little signs and Christmas ornaments, right? The little girls were always
Uh-huh.
making Christmas ornaments out of it. Yeah, except for Nancy, because when she was a kid, there was no such thing as Christmas yet. So,
Yes, Fisher.
oh well. I'm sorry, that was too easy.
There again, knitting grid again for the bottom of that fire escape there.
Very cool.
Like I said, it's very useful.
It sure is. Yeah, very cool.
So that one right there, I've actually made it twice for two different people.
Nice.
And I've got a few dioramas that have been like that. Like if, say, for example, if I make something and it sells really fast, then I'm probably going to try to make something similar to it again.
Right.
I've made like a hallway diorama that every time I make one of them, it gets bought really fast. The sci-fi dioramas that I make usually get sold out pretty quick. The desert rock is what I usually call it. It gets sold out fast. So
Mhm.
I keep stuff like that going every time I sell it. I get a little bit of time, I'll make another one.
That's
'cause
awesome
I know it's
detail.
going.
Awesome detail with the weeds coming up through the cracks in
Well,
the
thank
pump.
you.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
I thought it added a nice touch. This guy here, he actually asked me to incorporate his kids' names into the graffiti on the wall.
that's
So that's what all this is.
Nice.
Did you airbrush that on, or
No, that's actually paintbrushed on.
Okay.
I have an airbrush, but I have not used it a lot.
right?
So all that's just painted
Very
on
cool.
with a brush or
Yep.
pen. Sometimes I'll use paint pens.
Sure.
Right.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
And
So your sheet plastics, balsa wood, styrofoam.
Yeah, balsa wood.
Yep.
That came in really handy for this sort of thing.
Sure.
Balsa wood's a big deal.
Yeah, and a lot
And
cheaper
I
than
actually
plastic.
just started using the balsa wood on this right here, trying to make this fire escape, and I realized just how useful it was.
It's cool.
Yeah.
You got Commando and Cobra movie posters there. That's kind of cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Are you using toothpicks for your spindles? For on your handrails?
Those are not toothpicks. Those are I can't think of what they're called. They're just little round.
Dowel.
I think they're like 1/8 dowels, maybe.
Yeah, wood dowels.
Yeah, that I found at Walmart. So
Right.
Oh,
I think
they come in pretty handy.
Toothpicks for spindles also.
I've
I
heard
saw
that.
people was using toothpicks.
Mhm.
Right.
Very cool.
Subway, huh?
Yeah. That one sold out pretty fast too. I was surprised by it.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun to make.
Underground lab or anything. That's cool.
Mhm.
And I'm probably gonna have to make another one of those. This one here was a special order. A guy asked me to do it, and I actually did not price that according to how much work it took. After I made it, I was like, wow, I will totally charge more for this next time.
Yeah, that needs to be adjusted, right?
I like the LED, the little lights you got in there.
Uh-huh.
The little lights are pretty cool.
Oh yeah, those are pretty universal too. Like you can add them into all kinds of different places, and it really spices up the look of the diorama.
Oh yeah,
Adds a lot of effect to it. Just makes it look all around cooler.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, very cool.
Well, there's the Desert Rock. That's, like I said, that's a pretty big seller. It sells out every time.
Very
And
nice.
it's so universal to me. Like, and as far as photography goes,
Mhm.
you can use that right there with any scale, and you can use it with almost any line. It works for everything.
Sure. Yeah, that's
And you
true.
can throw Star Wars, Tatooine, kind of stuff on it, or man, it's all over the place.
We need good
So I think-
snow. We need more winter stuff, though.
I have made one winter scene like that, and surprisingly, nobody has bought it.
That's amazing. Yeah, well, you know what? Most guys live in places where they just wait long enough. They'll just go outside. So,
Yeah.
Because I thought the same thing. I was like, wow, this would be really cool as a winter scene.
yeah.
And because it's also would be really universal. You can do a lot of stuff with that. And I thought it turned out really well.
That chain link fence looks awesome.
Well, thanks. That's something I like doing too. That automatically, raises the cool factor
Yeah.
when you put a chain link fence on something.
Yeah. I can see a Hulk figure there with his one foot in that crater.
Right?
You know,
Or Loki.
Yep, that's kind of the thing I had in mind when I made that one there. I thought it'd be cool to do that.
You know, with him drawing back, getting ready for a thunderclap or something. When he'd already planted that foot. Right. That would be
Right.
cool.
Or you could put a Dave action figure with a Nancy action figure standing over it, holding a toy moose in her hand.
Right. That's right.
Oh,
Riding moose with a toy moose in her hand. Yeah. Oh, Ninja Turtle! Look at that.
mhm. That's cool.
Yeah, I was able to incorporate a lot of different things into the graffiti on that one.
Mm-hmm. So
That
did you
worked
make
out
the
pretty well.
basketball.
Now, I bought that from Ollie's, I believe, with the starting lineup thing.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
As soon as I
Cool.
saw it, I thought, hey, I could probably make a diorama around that.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
And that design right there, that works with a lot of different things too.
Sure.
That's what I call the sci-fi
Yep.
background, because you see that same design. Like if you watch any old 80s cartoons,
Yeah.
that's in the Technodrome on Ninja Turtles, it's the Terradrome on, G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
It is all over the place. You see that everywhere. So it works
Yeah,
out for a lot of different things.
Yeah. That steel panel segmented
Right.
mosaic type look. Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's always good to have something like that you can put multiple things in and it still looks cool.
Mhm.
Nothing looks out of place,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Ooh,
Yeah. Just
that's-
change the colors. You could have a Death Star. You could have a
Right?
Jabba's prison. You could do. I mean, any sci-fi stuff, right? I mean.
Yep.
Boy, that's nice.
Yeah, that sort of rooftop parapet kind of thing, it always works out pretty well. People usually want something like that. And it works out really good for photography for me. Like every time I make one, I'm going to take pictures with it before I sell it.
Yeah.
Because I've got to test it out and make sure it passes what I want it to pass. So
Yeah.
I've always got to try it out.
So I got to ask: Are you coming from an art background too, or just?
I've always like drawn and that sort of thing, but I have never had any kind of formal training in anything. None of that. It's just
You do a
always been.
fantastic job. You got a great eye for it, that's for sure.
Well, thank you. I've always just been into that sort of thing and slowly drifted into doing this.
Mhm.
And it's worked out pretty good so far.
Nice. A couple of door kickers there.
Yep. That one, I don't know that I've got pictures or that I sent pictures to Shane on this, but that door actually opens up, and there was like a small room inside, like it was going into an apartment building, and it had a light hanging down from the top.
Nice.
So it turned out to be pretty cool.
This poor guy with his punch bowl there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was the inside of that the prison wall that had the 2 lights on it earlier.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh,
And
yeah,
this
yeah,
guy,
yeah. That's the opposite side.
he specifically asked for all this stuff, and I was like, well, I'll do my best to make it.
Sure. That's
Looks like
cool.
You did a good job at it.
Well, thanks. It's easy to get carried away with it too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you give somebody a price on what it's going to cost to make something, and then as you're making it, you get more excited about it, and you add stuff to it that you
Right.
probably should have charged for.
Right.
And this thing right here, I made it specifically for a picture I had in mind. And as soon as I took the picture, I think I got 2 pictures out of it, and I thought, well, I'll put this on eBay, and it sold instantly. So I
Oh,
probably need
yeah.
to do something else with this.
Yeah. See Peter Parker in that, right? I
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
You get the plant though. That's pretty cool. Very cool.
And this one here, I actually I sold everything in it. Like most of the time, I don't sell the props that go with it. You know, you'd have to buy that separately. But
Sure.
this one here, I made it completely. You know, everything in that picture goes.
That's
Oh,
cool.
And just so happens I found stuff cheap enough that I could do that. Found some stuff on sale at Hobby Lobby.
Mhm. Yep.
Looks like my old single bedroom apartment.
Right.
Mattress on the floor and everything.
Yeah.
Hey, there's the outside of it. What a coincidence.
That hallway right there, that's the one I was saying that sells every time.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
And I try not to make them exactly the same. You know,
Sure.
I'll try to make it like you're going further down that same hallway or something, but it's got the same color scheme to it. You know, same lights hanging down. You know, it gives you that effect, and people seem to like it pretty well.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Now, your light fixtures, do you make those or do you order them?
I make them.
Cool.
Yeah, let's see, the light bulb and the shroud. That's 2 different pieces that I wind up putting together and painting and all that.
Right.
Very cool.
And I think it works out pretty good for several different things. It looks like old electric, outlets.
Oh yeah.
That's not the
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
word. Outlets is not the right word.
No, it's just an old fixture. Yeah.
Oh,
Fixture,
light
that's it. That's what I'm looking for.
Just a very old tin fixture. Yeah.
Right. The warehouse also sells out a lot. I've made it several times.
Mm-hmm.
I've made it with a big bay door, with a just walk-in door, windows, and every iteration of it sells. Which, I mean, there again, you can use that with so many different things because
Sure.
Batman's always finding bad guys in warehouses, and
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Cobra's always hiding stuff in warehouses.
Yeah. Yeah. Warehouse
works
is a
out
bad
well.
place to be.
Yeah. Steer clear of those things.
Yeah. Don't go to warehouses, kids.
Or the sewer.
Sewers always sell well too. People seem to like those for
Yeah.
different things.
Huge turtle.
But always
you know.
put you in
Turtles.
mind of like Ninja Turtle stuff.
Killer Croc, Ninja Turtles, random
Yep.
alligators. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they're fun to do too.
What was it, the lizard, John? Lizard?
Lizard.
Yeah. There's always some bad guy hanging out down there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Then the old sci-fi background again, just a different version of it. But it's always something you can use.
Docking Bay 94, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And weathering on doors is always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I've seen my share of sun damaged steel doors, and that comes in pretty handy when I go to painting stuff like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, put a chalk line on the floor there and some bullet holes in the door. You got
Oh yeah,
a crime scene.
Oh yeah.
yep, work out good.
Or as we call it around here, the neighbor's house.
Right.
Oh.
Very cool. Very Very, very cool.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that one right there. I thought it turned out.
I like the
pretty
cinder
good.
blocks in that wall, like it's been repaired. There was a cutout
Right.
there, and it's found out it's been repaired. That's really cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I like that effect too.
Yeah.
It's always kind of weird, like at least to me, it is putting the mortar and stuff in between bricks and stuff because sometimes you lose some of the work you put into it for details.
Sure.
And, you know, sometimes it adds to it. You know, but it did work out well in this one right here.
Sure did.
How big is that one there? That he just
The
had?
one with the boarded up windows and all.
Because those are 6-inch Joes, right?
Yes,
That's a
that thing
good
was
size.
huge.
I
Yeah.
was going to say it must be pretty big.
I do not remember what the dimensions on it were, but it was gigantic.
Geez, it's got to be at least 20 inches high. Just
I
like,
think
Yeah.
so.
yeah.
It's on up there.
Very cool.
I can't remember how big it was though, but it was huge.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I thought it turned out well.
Nice.
See that? Not there. I thought it kind of leans itself with that black and white
Yeah.
kind of mad scientist kind of deal
Yeah,
going on there.
right.
That would be good for like the Universal monsters, the black and white ones that NECA did.
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
And I believe, if I remember correctly, that's what I built that for. I think I took pictures of like Dracula in there, something like that.
Yep.
And I think I also used it in a like G.I. Joe photograph somewhere. You know, like I don't know, some kind of weird lab that Cobra had hid out somewhere,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
I
Half
can
lab,
just
half
picture-
safe house for somebody, right?
Right.
I can just picture Igor over there pulling one of those levers. Yes,
Yeah.
master. Yes.
Did they ever do a Jekyll and Hyde? I mean, that would be a cool little place for Dr.
Yeah,
Jekyll to
it
be
would
hanging
be.
out.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I like that one.
Yeah, there's the old warehouse again. I think that's the first warehouse I made, and I
Nice.
used it for several photographs too. I thought it turned out well.
I like the wiring you put on the floor,
Mm.
Yeah.
the concrete.
Again,
floor.
that's something I see at work all the time. So
Forklift tracks.
I get very used to seeing the wear and tear on concrete.
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
And that one right there, I have not been able to part with.
I don't blame you there. That one's pretty awesome.
Let's see what.
And it's big,
Right
and,
to the line dropping off the pipe.
right? It turned out really well, and I just cannot bring myself to sell it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I can see that. That's really cool.
But yeah, you've got pipes and everything in there. And I'll make some
Mhm.
smaller dioramas too. That's what I started out selling on eBay actually, was these like single figure dioramas.
Sure.
And they took off pretty quick, but it didn't take long when I started having people asking for bigger stuff, you know, and I started going with that. And I haven't made any small ones in a while actually.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you know, the smaller ones worked out really well for. I mean, you can put out all kinds of stuff there, you know, NECA, DC, you know, it doesn't matter. It fits in there.
Yeah, that's good.
And again, with this, that sewer thing there, you had more of that, sewing mesh
Yep.
on that platform. It shows up everywhere.
It's very universal, man.
It really is.
Yeah. Well, think about all the places you see extruded metal like that.
Right.
I mean, grates and fences and
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
Adam last week was using it for grates for like
Yeah.
the sewer holes and stuff.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
It's great.
And it works out really well. Once you paint it up to look like metal, it does the
Mhm.
trick.
Now,
Yeah.
as far as if you apply some heat to it, heat gun or whatever, does it bend well without kind of caving in on itself? Or
It bends, it's really flimsy. So
Yeah.
you kind of have to have some support under it. You know, you can't go out too far, you know, without it flexing.
right?
So you got to put some supports under it, you know.
Yeah, but that's still,
Yeah, there's some more of that there next to that sewer drain.
Mm-hmm.
Used it on this one. That one worked out pretty well too. More weathering on the door.
I'm looking at, like you said, you just mentioned the sewer drain and that other one that's got the sewer drain you know, and you've got the two-sided dioramas.
Uh-huh.
I tell you what, you think about it, but if I had your talent, I would make these modular so that you could actually expand them into much, much, much larger scenes by
I have
having,
thought of that.
you know, I mean, I'm looking at that grate right there with a little modification that could tie into a back piece that's got that same grate. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
you keep your, and it looks like you're keeping your dimensions uniform.
Yeah, I'm trying to. That one there too.
I could see some serious modularity here.
Yeah. I've thought about that. I just, you know, again, you don't want to go too big, you know, and make it too expensive, you know.
I know.
So it's hard for me to figure out how big to go.
But I tell you
that
right
one there
now,
had a hole through the sewer grate there, so you could have light shining up through it. That door opens, you know, just several different things you could use on that.
A red
So it
balloon.
worked out
That
well.
would work good.
it's
It
awesome
was a lot of
stuff.
fun.
Very awesome stuff.
And I make props too.
Very cool.
So anytime you need you know, pallets or barrels or garbage cans, whatever, I paint up a lot of that stuff.
Cool.
Usually sell it separate, you know. Sometimes I'll sell it as a bundle, you know, with something,
Sure.
but
Sure.
I try to make all different kinds of things. There's another little single diorama that worked out well. And that right there is something else. I've sold every one of those I have made and sold it pretty quick.
That's cool.
With I can do it in different colors, and you know, people snatch it up pretty quick usually.
Nice.
I got that figure, and I thought, hey, he's always floating on a rock. He needs a rock to float on.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Right.
Those little clear cubes right there, you can get them at Walmart in the home, in the office supply area.
Right.
Oh, are they like paperclip holders or something?
Yeah.
That or a pencil holder or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I believe I found a box of those at like one of those bargain bin places, and I thought, hey, I can do something with that. So
Yeah, very cool.
It's funny. You find all kinds of things that people wouldn't think that you use to make this sort of thing out of.
Oh yeah.
But you see it and you think, hey, if I put some paint on that, I can make it look like it's something totally different.
Yeah. I do that quite a lot too. I go to the store and I see something and I say the same thing. I can do something with that. And I do. I put it right over there and forget about it.
And this stuff piles up quick, doesn't it?
Oh boy. Yep. That's how we end up with all these kids.
If you have shelf space for all of your figures, you're not a real collector, right?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shelf space runs out so fast.
Sure does. Sure does.
Yep.
That's a nice looking one.
That's a good one right there. I like that one.
I had a lot of fun with that. I really liked how it turned out. That door just made me happy.
Yeah, that one's cool. Scale that up. That'd go good with that new Sergeant Rock figure that got announced today.
Oh yeah, sure would.
Yep. No,
Yeah, I just saw that the other day. Yeah, got the old barrels there. That always looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
You can put them in so many different things.
Oh yeah. Nice.
And there the rock wall coming in handy for He-Man there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it turned out well. Oh yeah, make a few of them too.
Those are the
If
ones
I
with
can
the
find
working screens in them.
Yeah, I'll just usually put a piece of plastic in there to make it look like a screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, try to think of the old video games I used to play and try to replicate that.
Yeah.
That's always a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do those.
And you also do photography, right?
Right. Yeah. That's what got me into doing this. I started seeing guys that were taking these cool pictures of action figures, and they had all these cool backgrounds. And I thought, well, I'm going to see if I can make those, you know.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I like how this one just makes them glow.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love that. I thought it turned out really good.
Really good placement.
Oh, there's the snowy rock background I was talking about that nobody on eBay wants.
Wow.
That's crazy to me, man.
I thought it looked so cool, but apparently nobody else did.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
You need to
That's
get
all right. I've got more plans for it for pictures. So
get you some of the Mythic Legions that are just coming out. The Noble Bear ones. Throw them up there because they're all based in snow.
Right.
Then.
Yep. The Snow Serpents, the vintage line that just come out.
Oh yeah.
They'd look cool with that too, I think.
Nordic bats.
Yep.
No job.
Yeah. Exactly. I thought that would be really cool for that.
Right.
Exactly. There again, that's that diorama we showed off first, and it works for a lot of different things too.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know, you just zoom in past all the guns, and you have a cool little hallway for Batman.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the crates there, man. Those crates.
Bad.
I thought they turned out really good.
Sure did.
Yeah, they take so long to make.
Oh,
Are you making them out of foam?
Yeah, they're made out of foam. I'm trying to find a faster way to make them and make them still look cool because I would like to be able to make those and sell them. But yeah, it takes so long to make them that I just can't charge a low enough price that I think anybody would buy them.
Yeah. No, I believe that. Time is money, right? I mean,
right, exactly.
Yeah, time is money.
I don't know if you know, they have those small blocks of foam at Dollar Tree.
Right.
Those would work great for something like that.
Yeah. I want to say I haven't tried those yet, but I have seen them and bought some. So I've got them in waiting right now, huh?
Yeah. That's the first thing I thought of when you said you made them with foam was those little bitty blocks.
Right. Yeah, that's not what I made those out of, but I am definitely going to try that.
Yeah. I think they're floral foam, but I mean, I think it would work.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think it would handle the
I'm
paint.
sure it would.
Yep.
Yep.
That plate?
Once you put paint on it, it'll look way different.
Oh, yeah. Little blade kicking some butt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought that one turned out well. That blade figure was really cool, but it really suffered from, not being able to move it around very much.
Yeah.
They could have really done with some cloth goods there.
Oh, yeah. A lot of figures are like Rick Pruitt calls them traffic cones. Because of having the hard plastic cloaks and capes and stuff.
Right.
No Ralph about to get the other head.
Yeah, if you could just get some cloth goods in there, then you could move it around a lot better and get a lot better displays or photographs out of it, whichever one.
Yep.
Yeah, my son showed me a picture of this, and I was like, "Yeah, I've got to do that before I sell this thing." So.
Pretty cool.
I thought it was nice.
Jeez, what are these guys fighting about?
You're just trying to give him a hug, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We all
He's not a huggy person for some reason,
I don't want a bath.
He's violating his personal space.
Yeah. You can't make me take a bath.
I want a bath. Nice Firefly.
Yeah, there again with the sewer diorama that I just can't bring myself to sell. I use it a lot. I think it works out good. I like the Super 7 Ninja Turtles too. I use them quite a bit. I'm not a big fan of like movie stuff usually, but every now and then, like the NECA stuff, I usually like those. The action movies or horror movies they do. I like those a lot. But most of the time, I stay away from live action stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Just not as much a fan of those.
More and more with most companies, anyways. They're spending so much money to the actors for their likeness, they have to cut the corners, and they don't.
Oh yeah,
they're paying for a likeness they're not even using,
right?
Because they don't look like, they don't end up looking like the actor. So they might as well just faked it and call it.
Oh
good.
yeah,
save the money.
Right.
Mr. Lugosi here, I don't think he's getting.
Oh yes.
Anymore, so,
yeah. I'm sure somebody's getting his checks.
Yeah, it's probably a great granddaughter somewhere or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm a big Bela Lugosi fan, though, so
Yeah.
I had to get that when it came out.
Yeah.
The real Dracula.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's perfect. I mean, it's perfect black and white. I mean, it's just.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah.
It has to be black and white, as a matter of fact. I mean,
Right.
Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, I like that a lot, too, from the Acts of Vengeance stuff. So that's where I really got into comics at, was around the Acts of Vengeance time frame there. So I picked up one of the books, and I was like, yeah, I've got to do a picture like this.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Made me a custom Red Skull there, too, for that picture.
Oh,
I thought it worked out pretty well.
Nice.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, they never did bring out a 90s Red Skull, so I had to make one myself.
Nice.
I think that figure there is pretty good too. The Wolverine. I like his claws. I know it's based on the cartoon, but to me, that's what his claws look like from like the Jim Lee X-Men and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's I hate that once they redid how his claws come out in the movies, everybody went to doing that, and all the action figures have that.
Yeah.
More what's coming out between his fingers than it is the top of his hand.
Yep.
And that's what I really like about this figure, is it looks more like the 80s, 90s Jim Lee stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Joker.
I had a lot of fun with that one too.
The Criminal. That's a good figure.
Yeah, I thought it was a cool figure.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, there you go.
And I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah.
Did some modifications to his helmet there, but it was fun for me.
Nice.
It just gives you the feel that rock and roll is about to go tear some stuff up.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
He's had it.
Oh, I love
Hey, that's
this
not
picture.
grape soda.
Not quite.
What the heck?
I love that picture, though.
It's cool.
I like that one. I can't wait for Torch to come out.
Yeah, me too.
I need a Torch.
You're gonna need a bigger diorama.
Yeah.
You can put
That's
him
all right,
past
I'll
out
make
on the
one.
ground. You can just put him passed out on the ground there.
Do I know?
You can just put him passed out on the ground there.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
right, yeah. That's aged grape soda.
Yeah. I like the gates in the back. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Oh, yeah. I did some experimenting with that. It's the only time I've ever made one. And
Who
I
is that?
thought it
Who's
turned
that?
out okay.
Who's that figure? Is it a lizard dude?
Sleepwalker. Yeah.
Don't know who that is.
I was doing that the other night.
Sleepwalker, that's Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it must be Marvel.
Yeah. He, I don't
Looks
think he
like-
lasted very long, honestly.
Is he
was
is he reptilian?
No, he's
You know, I don't know a whole lot about him. I don't think so.
No?
I don't know much about him.
he's when the guy falls asleep, he turns into Sleepwalker, or he's
Huh.
kind of. It was a character from mainly in the '90s. He was a new character
Right.
that come around in the '90s. He had his own title there for a little while.
Oh, yeah. He did. I like that one a lot, too. I've still got that diorama laying around somewhere.
Rhino.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one also. That Rhino figure is pretty cool.
It's
And
floating.
there's
Rock.
the floating rock picture. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's the entire reason I made that, just to do that picture.
Yeah.
It
I didn't
worked.
know what I was going to do with it after that, but
Lo and behold, they sell out quick, huh?
yeah, they do. We got to make some more. I like that one a lot too.
Yeah, great
Hammerhead.
perspective. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought it turned out well. And that's one of my favorites. I like Bone Breaker. One of my favorite Reaver characters.
Cool.
Because the Reavers were big in the X-Men too when I was first getting into comics. So
Very cool.
Heck,
Again,
heck,
that
you don't like a
nostalgia.
guy that's a half tank, you know.
yeah,
Yeah, you gotta like that guy.
oh Jigsaw. He's always a good character too.
Mm-hmm. I like the bullet effects you got where hitting off the concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I thought it turned out good.
Good. Looking like his face, he should have ducked a little more though.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah, right.
He's in the danger zone.
Stay down a little longer. Wait till they reload.
And there it is.
Yep. Anybody looking for anything, I take custom orders. Just give me a call, text, message, something. We'll work something out.
Very cool. Very
I
cool.
typically ask people what their budget is and what they want, and I try to work within that budget to get them as close as I can to what they want to put on their shelf or whatever.
Very cool.
You know.
That's very cool. Great work. Fantastic.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. No,
Have you thought about doing like a train car?
Ooh.
I have, but I haven't had the guts to try it out yet.
Yeah, that would be cool, especially with a graffiti, because you see train cars all the time with graffiti all over the side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I could see the Punisher hanging out the door, one of them popping somebody or something. You know?
Exactly.
Nice. Nice. You guys got anything? Questions?
I enjoy it, man. I enjoy seeing these pictures and all the work you put into it. It's great work.
Well, I appreciate it.
What are you using for your photo editing software?
I use a app called Polish.
Really?
Yeah, because I do everything on my phone. I haven't.
Yeah, that's so common now, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cameras are so good on them. It's like, what are you juggling it for?
Yeah. I mean, it's right there. It's easy to use, you know.
Well, I know. I mean, it was always Photoshop. Photoshop's a monthly thing. You know, it's a monthly subscription now, and it's just like,
yeah, it's expensive.
You know, I got enough of those already. I don't need any more of that.
Exactly.
So, no, cool. I'll have to check that out. I got to find something for Emmett. I got to get him going here. So,
what was it called again? What did you used?
Polish.
What was it you used for editing? Polish.
Yeah. It has a lot of different.
I need a lot of
things
polish
you can use on there.
Nice.
Yeah, I need a lot of polishing on my pictures.
The polish.
Awesome job.
They're not good.
Very, very cool. Jeez, you got all these diorama guys, man. All you camera guys and diorama guys, you should all get together. It'd probably be amazing the stuff you come up with in a weekend. Huh?
Oh, there ain't no doubt.
That'd be pretty cool.
We have a lot of diorama guys and photographers in the group.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. Fantastic.
Very good work.
So what do you think, Jeremy? You can hang around with us for a while if you want to, or you can go get some sleep, or you can go whatever, you know.
Well, to be honest, I've got to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work. So
oh wow.
We give everybody the option, you know. I'd leave too if I could, but you know.
I would hang around, but I do appreciate you guys having me on, though. It's been fun.
Oh no, we appreciate you coming on. If you you come up with more stuff, just shoot a message. We'll put you right back on here.
Cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you got you have any technical questions we can help you out with or anything like that, you know, we'll be more than happy to lend our expertise to you.
Well, I do need some help every now and then, so.
Yeah, put that. You got that's cool. You got a QR code thing and everything else that Shane had up there. So nice.
I'll put back up real quick.
Nice. Scan away.
Go follow me on Instagram and all that good stuff.
Scan away.
If it'll let me scan it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
Well, I can't get this. There we go.
I already tried it.
There we go.
That stuff weird, huh?
John learned something new tonight.
Do what?
I said John learned something new tonight.
QR codes.
Well, I wasn't. It's so small and it was blurry. I wasn't sure if it was going to scan it or not. But what I had to do is hold my camera back and then zoom in on it, and it was able to.
Well, there you go.
So it did work then. All right.
Works on the screen.
Oh,
hey, look at that'll definitely work. Yeah. That'll definitely work. Cool beans.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very talented, Jeremy. Very, very.
Thank you
talented.
very much.
All joking aside, it was very greatly appreciated. Hopefully, guys in the group and elsewhere start giving you lots of business because it's very, very cool. Think about that modularity thing. I'm telling you, man. That would be.
Oh, I will.
Think about. I mean, seriously. You look at some of the layouts that the old train guys used to have.
Right.
It's not out of the question that guys that are really committed to a small team of figures or a small group of characters, could really use some bigger displays because they don't have 200 figures. They might have 10, and but they still get because they don't have 200 figures. They got some money to spend, and they might be buying dioramas.
Right.
So.
I didn't mention this. But all of those dioramas that you saw, they all break down too. They're all held together with magnets so they can break down for storage.
Oh wow!
All you guys in your magnets now, isn't it? Man. My brother used to say, "Clever you Americans."
Hey, you gotta save room,
Oh no, that's the truth. Yeah, without busting everything all to pieces. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Nice. Well, someday I actually, in all seriousness, I have plans for a large L-shaped classified diorama in the back with a mountain, field, and water.
Oh yeah,
all kinds.
That'd be cool.
But that's not the same thing that the city stuff, the structure stuff. That's a different. That's a different thing than spray painting some green and making fake rocks and
right.
That's
Oh yeah, fake rocks there's a lot of those going around too. I have to make those pretty often.
Yep. So there you go. I mean,
yeah, trees come into play also every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Had to make all different kinds of things, so you figure it out.
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
And it works great. Looks really cool with action figures.
Right. With stuff like landscape type stuff, I don't know if you could really mess it up all that bad.
Exactly.
Where
they can look like anything.
Actually have right angles and straight edges. That's
right.
Different. So, nice.
A lot of freedom in that.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Nice. Fantastic work. Thank you for being here. Definitely.
Well, thank you for letting me be on here. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you being on, man.
Yep, very cool. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I'll catch you guys later.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night.
Y'all too.
Yep. Fantastic work. Great.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Great stuff the last couple of weeks.
I'm amazed by what some guys can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Like I said, geez, you put a couple of these guys together with some materials, it'd probably shock you what they'd come up with in a weekend.
No doubt.
I tell you what would be interesting? You guys call me nuts if you think so. If you took
You're nuts.
You're nuts.
John knows how to take a cue. You set those guys up at a show.
Oh yeah.
With materials and say, build something. Right. And just have people watch the process of them building something. I bet it would shock you what a couple of the real good guys would come up with in the length of an afternoon. It'd probably be really cool what they could come up with. So neat.
I saw a picture of a guy that made a 4x8 diorama, and there was a whole G.I. Joe battle scene on it. Man, it was so cool. He had hisses on there and vamps and rams and just trouble bubbles. It was cool.
That's kind of what I want to do. But I want to have a mountain.
Yeah.
That's got different levels of fighting up the mountain with a large door in it that you got the hiss coming out of and trouble bubbles coming out of a different level and tunnels for tunnel rat and some water. It's going to be huge, but it's like I said, I got all that foam out back there. We're still, Amy and I were talking again this afternoon. We're still kind of, the housing thing is still kind of like, geez, do we really want to stay here? Do we really want to go there? So it's kind of like, I don't know if I want to start it yet.
Right.
Does that make any sense? Because I don't want to have to get rid of it later if we end up someplace that doesn't have the room for it. If that makes any sense, because that would really stink.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'd rather have the raw materials to do it someplace else than have a finished product that's either number one needs to be downsized, which would ruin it, or number two would just get ruined moving it. So kind of, you guys get it. You know, sometimes things are just up in the air enough so that you don't dare jump. So very, very cool. So what do you want to do now? Do you guys really want to talk about that Yojo panel the other day?
Well, I guess we really need to. at least the stuff that come out.
There's look. I all kidding aside, there was some really cool stuff announced.
Oh yeah.
I think. The problem with, if you look at the release date on what was announced, it's December, which makes me think we're either going to get absolutely bombed with stuff that they haven't announced, which would be different from last year because we didn't really get a whole lot that wasn't announced, right? It just came in very, very early and or all at once. But I mean, the latest wave has already been delayed. We're into the 1st of June.
I'll tell you all a little something I've been hearing here in a minute.
I'm just curious I'm curious how this is going to play out. I was shocked. I was actually very, very shocked to see that the release date on those figures that they announced Tuesday was December.
Yeah.
That was the biggest shock for me. So what you got, Shane? What do you?
Well, here's kind of what I've been hearing from several people. You know, Hasbro and everybody's talking about they're lowering their production numbers. What I'm hearing is the production companies are lowering the numbers, not the actual Hasbro or McFarlane. The production companies are lowering the numbers they're willing to produce because of the high. They're laying so many people off at these production companies where they're producing the parts and stuff for these toys. They're laying so many people off because they can't afford to run them. That's what I'm hearing. So that sounds pretty legit to me.
No, it does, because
several guys that work in the toy company, and it's just not like it come from any Joe Smo, but it was a couple of guys that work in the toy department. And I'm not talking Walmart, Target, toy aisles.
It don't make sense though, because the more production you do, the more you're not.
They don't have the people to produce.
Why would you lower production?
They don't have the people. It's just like, all right, mobile home plant. When you ain't got the people to run the things, you can't do it. That's just
but most of this stuff's made in China.
See, there's the catch, because a lot of the big financial people have been talking about, you know, we're afraid here in the U.S. We're afraid of big bad China. The fact of the matter is Economically, China is in much, much worse shape than we are.
They are.
And believe it or not, their population is much older than ours.
Yeah.
So there may be something to that.
It's twice as high as ours is right now.
Yeah,
there may be something to laying people off because they cannot afford to pay them right now. That's what I'm being told.
There may be
something. Don't pay them nothing though. I mean, how? You know what they do in China? They go out in the middle of nowhere and build a plant, and then they build a bunch of two-room houses.
Yeah.
All around it, and they just bring people in and put them in their houses.
Company
they
housing.
Feed them equivalent of 50 cents a day, and they give them food, and that's it.
That's just what I'm being told. And
it may be something to it. I don't know for sure, but I do know that they've been saying consistently that economically China is in much worse shape than we are. They're in a bad way. A lot of them will tell you that within 8 to 10 years, China will be in complete irreparable collapse because they've spread themselves so thin. They got holdings all over Africa, all over India. They've spread themselves all over that half of the planet, and it's not working out real well for them because Well, for a bunch of different reasons. I guess.
People are moving out of there at a high rate too. They're moving from
Yeah.
town.
I don't know. Maybe there's maybe something to that. But like I said, the biggest shock to me was the release date. And no, I get it. Definitely, that last comment, December listings being released into October, is that was definitely the way it happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not. I don't know if that's the way it's going to play out this year. I got a sneaking suspicion we're going to get hammered with a bunch of stuff they haven't announced. But we'll see. I just don't know.
Announcements.
I just don't know.
The one I love the most.
Yeah, and of course, digital render. So, I mean, sometime maybe this fall, probably next year. I just don't know. This is right in line with what we were just talking about. I just don't know what the time frame is on these. I love the figure.
Like Nemesis Enforcer or Nemesis Immortal, whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even show a digital render of him yet.
Nothing.
He was announced months ago.
Yep, nothing.
So that makes me wonder: is that maybe that's going to be the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive or a Pulse exclusive or something? I don't know.
I don't know. Boy, there was an awful lot of speculation floating around what Comic-Con was going to be. I don't know.
I do know that one of them they said the other day was going to be Raptor, and then another one's going to be the Iron Grenadier Destro. They said that on the podcast.
See, I had heard what, a month or so ago that Raptor was going to be the Comic-Con, but maybe that got turned to PulseCon. I don't know. I'm not sure a lot of this leaked information is anywhere near as dependable as it used to be, because that's a great point. Yeah, that's a good point. I looking back and listening, remembering what they were saying about Comic-Con, and it's the number one spot at Comic-Con for the first time ever, blah 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 blah. Geez, I can't see Raptor being the draw to justify that. No, yes.
I could see Destro being it, the Iron Grenadier Destro.
I can see with the despoiler. Yeah,
yep,
I can see that.
Especially if he's got the despoiler.
I can see that 100%.
They did say that he would only be a deluxe figure and he would not come with a vehicle.
Did they call was Serpentor's air chariot a vehicle?
I guess you could say he wasn't, but possibly, I don't know.
Yeah, see what I mean? I don't know. I guess that depends on how they define vehicle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It depends, I guess.
There ain't gonna be no ice cream soldier. Will you stop? We're trying to have a serious show here.
One of the worst characters ever created.
Starting right now. Ice cream soldier. What the heck? But John makes a good point. Where was Nemesis Immortal? Because we've known about him for months. Where was it? We haven't even seen a digital rendering.
Xandar, they mentioned Xandar. That we hadn't seen one of those. I mean, there's a bunch of them we hadn't seen digital renders.
Road Pig.
Yeah.
Nothing on Road Pig.
I think they're afraid to release Road Pig.
Do you?
So he comes out in the neon colors. A lot of people will lose it.
I can tell you this. I'm beginning to wonder how much faith Hasbro has in these deluxe figures, considering Mutton Junkyard of all characters just sitting in numbers. Metalhead too, just.
I can see that too.
It's been months. You know what? If you haven't read them yet, too bad. With the comic Energon universe, with the comic book tie-in to Cobra La, it wouldn't surprise. It's entirely possible that it's part of a 3-pack.
Yep.
Entirely possible. I don't know. But they were pretty vague. They were vague enough about that so that it's a good guessing game.
Oh yeah, I do think if it's a 3-pack though, it'll be Pythona, Nemesis Enforcer, and Globulus. I don't think it'd be the Royal Guard because I think he's going to be in a 2-pack.
judging by the size of Globulus in that new comic, boy, that would be to do that right. He'd be a mega deluxe figure himself, wouldn't he?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, Emmett here. Let me guess. You're supposed to be going to bed, and you're
No.
nah.
Emmett has fans.
Emmett has fans. Yeah. See, Emmett, there you go. You got fans. There's your one fan. That goes to that M60 kit that I got from that Japanese company. It's not. It's just meant to fit into the rifle that way.
What?
Daltone, love it. Back to wherever it was we were. Yeah, love that. Love it. Saw Viper. This one? What do you guys think?
Ugly.
I like
It's okay, but I just don't know why they put a saw on the front of the
The
saw.
saw is stupid. I love everything else but the saw. The saw is
I literally hope that saw will come off of there.
yeah, no, I agree.
That is just dumb.
It kind of looks like it does.
It's kind of bizarre, but at least it's a new weapon, right? Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, kind of.
You know, that skill saw grip on the back of it is definitely different.
Yeah.
Isn't it like a worm drive saw? Kind of weird. I don't know. There's an awful lot of reused parts from Tripwire here.
Oh,
from
yeah.
what I'm seeing. A lot.
Yep.
But that's okay, right? I mean,
If they would have done away with the neck guard, it would have been a lot better.
yeah.
That's the only thing I really, and that and the saw,
The saw is kind of goofy.
It's goofy.
Yeah, it's goofy because it looks like it's an electric chainsaw too.
Exactly.
Wow. Cobra, come on. Mars Industry, that's the best. You go to Home Depot and buy those things for cheap.
Yeah.
You know. But it's okay, right? I mean, this is not one of the ones that I'm killing myself over. That's for sure.
No.
But it's cool. That's cool.
I definitely hope the visor isn't bright yellow.
Yeah, it's different, isn't it?
It's a little darker purple or pinkish purple, whatever color that you call that from the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's purplish, but it's like a maroon purple. It's kind of weird, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, we'll see, right? I mean, it wouldn't be the first time we saw a digital render, and the actual figure was much better.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, the thing ought to come further down and not have that neck guard around it because the original didn't have that on it.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I mean, they even got the green belt buckle and the green visor. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
spot on with the character.
To me, the visor is more of a fluorescent yellow than the green was.
Yeah.
The green actually looked good to it, but the fluorescent, I hope it's not fluorescent.
Well, that's the digital render. It'll probably be greener when you actually get the figure.
Well, I hope
Yeah,
so.
right. Probably more like the belt buckle there, right?
Because
I
it
would
looks
hope.
like they were trying to match the vintage figure.
Hmm.
And they did say the helmet come off, didn't they?
They did, yeah. They just
Well,
didn't. They didn't say what was going to be underneath it. If it's hooded or what the deal.
It's going to be a
is.
falcon head.
The vintage one had like a little mic sticking over on the side of his face.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks like that one does too.
Oh, there is something right there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can see
there
it.
is something there.
Kind of blurry
But
when I
that
get
is a
little
weird color, isn't it? That is a really strange color.
Come to think about it, that helmet kind of reminds me of Juggernaut,
Nah,
doesn't it?
no. No, Juggernaut's a real buckethead.
I love it.
I don't know, guys.
I
I
love
don't know. It's another sub team, and I'm just kind of like, yeah.
I absolutely love it.
I love the originals. You know, back in the 80s, it was cool. But there was no bat. You know,
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get a bat with everything they come
I
out
think,
with.
yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's
I do
just-
like that with the gold and the black and red though.
It looks cool.
That's pretty cool.
It
I
is
like
cool.
how
It's a
the-
beautiful figure.
the OG bat head.
Uh huh.
is actually like the OG bat with the color.
The colors are awesome. They really are. The coolest thing about this one is the clear chest plate.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
probably where most people are going to get them.
I very much so like that.
I wish they would just sell the clear chest plate.
I
like in
agree.
a
I
pack,
agree. I agree.
Mhm.
because they said it would fit on the other bats, but that way it would look more
Yep.
vintage.
Yeah, it would be great for accessory pack.
Yeah, the red visor head actually would go great for if you have the disc pack, the one with Serpentor and the skeleton with that bat. That bat had a red face.
Yeah.
Well, they did in the cartoon, didn't they? Because I think that was based off
Yes.
the cartoon.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The bat, that head, the black bat head and red face goes great for an OG bat.
Yes. Yep. It does.
And then you got the clear chest plate. You can make your old bats right into OG bat.
Mhm.
And I think you can order them clear chest plates on eBay.
Oh, probably somebody making them by now.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody probably is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's a big deal.
Yeah. It's okay. You know.
Just a second.
I wonder about this because in the new comic, apparently Destro's the one that created the bats instead of Dr. Mindbender.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the cartoon it was Dr. Mindbender that built the bats. And
Right.
I think also in the comic, wasn't it?
Boy, I don't remember. Bats weren't really a thing for much in the comic.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I just remember them with the spores and the
Yes.
Lady J
right.
was on the motorcycle and was it Bazooka and I forget who was in the Jeep.
It was Bazooka and shoot.
I done forgot now.
Yeah, I got it. It's right
Was
here.
it Footloose, maybe?
It was Footloose. Yes, it was Footloose. Yes. This figure for me is actually a lot better looking in person than what we saw the other day, but I'm still kind of, I don't know.
It looks a little bulky though, don't it?
Boy, it looks heavy. Yeah, big sucker. Yeah.
I like it.
I like it.
He's bulky.
It looked better with a helmet on it.
I'm
yeah.
thinking so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? At least, I mean, it's still OG stuff, right? I mean, we haven't gone neon yet, so
the original, the whole bottom lower was red, but he's got like a silver there where his mouth at.
Yep.
It's a cool figure though.
Oh, yeah,
Those sold out real quick. The bad in that one.
oh yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, the old stuff,
I was shocked they sold out before Alpine and Storm Shadow did.
yeah, Army Builders.
Yes, I love it, love it, love it. Very much, very much.
A lot of complaints about this figure.
Yeah, there are.
Well, too
He
bad.
definitely looks bulky. To me, I mean, I don't know.
The one camouflage block running vertical up his face mask, and the fact that there aren't a lot of his eyes showing. This doesn't say Storm Shadow to me.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. You know, I don't know. This could be a generic ninja, and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't scream Storm Shadow to me.
Tetris.
Yeah, Tetris.
It does look a lot like Tetris.
Yeah.
I like the figure, but I mean, it's like y'all said, it's bulky, man.
It is.
I believe if you would have done without the nightgown around his waist.
Yeah, I don't know why they added that. That's
It would
kind
have
of
been
an
a lot
odd
better.
choice to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
And his
I don't
pants,
know.
his pants to me look like those old parachute pants you would get, you know?
Uh-huh.
They're just real poofy looking.
I think if they just took the regular Storm Shadow and just put the camouflage pattern on it, and then put it's already got a hood you can stick on him like the
Yeah.
I think that would have worked.
Yeah, this one's odd to me. Yeah. I'm trying to reserve judgment until I see it in person, I guess. But it's not looking good. I don't know. He's too big.
Yeah. That's me. It's just he's just way too bulky looking.
Yeah, he just is. Yeah. But like I said, we'll wait and see, I guess.
I like.
I mean, I do like it, but it's just there's a lot of bulkiness there, and I don't see why.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, guys, though, when you look at this, does this say V2 Storm Shadow to you?
No, not really.
It
Not
doesn't to me. It really doesn't to me either. This is just kind of like, okay. I mean, he's got L's and T's on him.
Tetris.
You know, it's not the same.
His face, it looks more like a hard plastic, or like a helmet type mask instead of a.
Doesn't it?
I think that's because of the black, across it. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, it does, right?
Right there, it makes it look like a breathing mask to me.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. It doesn't look like cloth. It looks like a plastic face mask of some kind.
Mm-hmm. I will agree with this next comment 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but the problem with the Arctic Storm Shadow is no one got them because no one cared when they came out.
I got him.
I do too, thanks to John. But
and he was loosely based off the Ninja Force Storm Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Like a Scorpion Sub-Zero kind of.
Yep, exactly. Thank you for that, because that's right. I couldn't come up with that, but that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Say good night, Emmett.
Good night, Emmett.
She was asking you if I could sit on it.
I love this figure.
No, it's 8:30. You can go.
Yeah. He just looks weird without his hat and his goggles on it.
Say it again. They didn't hear you. Emmett's gone.
Bye, Emmett.
Bye, Emmett.
Good night, buddy.
Dog's here now. He heard you. He's just not happy. Yeah, I like this one. Why not? Right?
I mean, he does look different without his hat and goggles on, but I mean, it's removable.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, right. I mean,
I think I would have packaged it with the hat and goggles though, because people would be more apt to recognize him as the OG one.
What's with the what is it? Idaho on the T-shirt?
I don't know what they said it was.
Well, that's where he was from, was Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm happy with this one. This is definitely a keeper. Period. Yeah.
But once
he's
again,
got his buddy now.
All the complaints is he don't have a backpack.
Okay. Well,
I mean, they were complaining that a couple weeks ago or a month ago that figures were coming out with backpacks and no straps. Well, Alpine never had straps, but you won't have a backpack.
He didn't. He looks just like that.
Yep.
So I mean, crybabies, get over yourselves.
Well, maybe in 2028 we'll get a retro carded one that'll make everybody happy. Yes.
Maybe.
These are still the classified figures, which means they're modernized. They're not meant to be scaled up 3 3/4 classic figures.
You can't beat that into people's head though, man. They don't want to listen. It's like comparing apples to oranges.
I know, but
they're gonna sell everybody these because everybody wants these characters. Then later they'll come out with a retro, and then people will buy them again because they want them to look like the OG. It's smart. It's smart marketing because they're going to sell 2 figures instead of 1.
Right.
It's genius marketing, man. It is genius.
Well, it's working, isn't it?
I mean, when you.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great Alpine figure. So we got Daltone, we got Alpine that are definitely yays for me so far.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going now? Yeah, I mean, why can't you? This is awesome, right? I mean,
yeah, I do like this one.
I wish the straps were all black though.
Yeah,
this is more like the 25th style ones.
It is
the vintage.
Yeah, but the weapon's right. You got to give them that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give them that much. And considering, what the whole Cobra Island and the rarity of troopers.
Mhm.
This is a good move.
Oh,
These suckers are going to sell. They're going to be a lot of them that get sold.
yeah. Quickly too.
Yep, no doubt.
Hey, look,
Wait.
Cobra
Love
Max.
it. I love it.
What do you think, Shane?
It's just two changes from the one we all paid money to get for the Hiss.
Mm-hmm.
Change the logo, change the color of the undershirt. Is all they did.
And the chrome phase.
Now, you get chrome face on the other one.
We did.
I
I don't think it's that. Was it chrome? I can't remember. I'm
I
looking
can't
back.
remember now. I'd have to go look.
I was thinking it was painted like a.
It was silvery shiny, I believe.
Yeah.
His belt's white on that one there though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they done that because it should have been all of it should have been black.
Mm. You know what worries me about this one? The one thing that worries me about this one is they would before they even showed the picture, they were talking about how hard it is, how difficult the process it is to get vac metal on this new plastic, which I guess that makes me wonder if they weren't setting us up for a less than perfect shiny face. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Right. If it's ripply or, got dull spots or something, then they can go, hey, we told you guys they were, I don't know. That's the only thing that I like to figure. And it's definitely a classic Cobra Commander that you can open versus the one that came with the Hiss. Not that other people haven't opened those, but I want to. This is a wait and see, I guess. Right? I mean, I like it. I like the idea of it. I just want to see the execution. How's that? I want to make sure that face isn't looking like it's been in a fender bender.
Now they did say it come with two different helmets, one with the cartoon version and the one with the regular. Did they not, or did I imagine that?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
So that one's the cartoon version. It's got the white streak going across the top.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember, John. Honestly,
They were going through stuff so quickly. Shoot.
I have an Emmett talking in my ear every time I actually get to watch something. So I might tell you that he comes with something from Fallout 76 at this point in time and get my stories confused.
I do know he don't come with a little glow with the snake around it. That's one other thing.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna wait and see.
I wish I'd have got some pictures with the in package. So they did show those also.
Yeah. I don't know. The hooded thing. The comments just keep going sideways on that. And at this point in time, the last I heard, Hasbro was basically denying that they have any problem whatsoever with a hooded version.
That's what I was seeing too.
Hasbro was basically saying, we don't have a problem with it. I don't know where this is all coming from, but we don't have a problem with a hooded Cobra Commander.
Well, people are saying Hasbro put out this whole big thing about they're not going to do it. I can't find it nowhere.
That never, and that the last thing that I read on it, which was within the last 2 weeks, when speculation started coming about this live stream, is somewhere along the way recently, Hasbro came right out and said that never happened, and that somehow the rumor was based on somebody that was in charge of the brand years ago made some kind of stupid comment, but it certainly wasn't company policy. Yeah. So they're claiming now that they have no issue with a hooded Cobra Commander.
Who was it that directed the movie? Was it Retaliation? That's who I heard said something about it. It was one of the ones that directed or produced the movie.
Resolute?
Yeah, I think it was the second one. Whoever done it, I think.
Yeah, I remember. I can't remember the name. Somebody, somewhere, somehow, you're right. Back before Classified. Some schmuck somewhere that worked for Hasbro made some kind of comment about a hooded Cobra Commander, but like I said, it wasn't. Hasbro's now saying apparently that that's not company policy. It never has been. That was a random comment by an employee.
Yeah, well, this was one of the ones that worked for Paramount. Didn't even work for Hasbro.
Oh well, yeah, that I'd heard before too. Yeah, that was yeah.
And so that's what I heard. That's the one I heard that had a problem with the hood, didn't want to do it, but I can't remember who it was.
It was a state. I just found something on it.
Okay.
It was a statement in 2009 from the film producer of G.I. Joe: Rise of Cobra.
That Bennett Bonaventura guy.
Yeah, he opted for the helmet instead of a hood. It's the only thing I could read on it.
Yeah.
Use a helmet than hood, and he worked for Paramount.
Right. So all of this Ku Klux Klan stuff, blah blah. It's just internet BS, and it has been for years.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you go on most of these threads where people are talking about a hooded Cobra Commander, it's all a bunch of little whiny, cry baby white boys. Most of your black gentlemen they want one because it's what they grew up with.
Well, this is not.
They don't look at it like we do, or some of the people do.
It's not a white hooded cone head. It's
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's just. It was a silly little thing, and I don't think anybody ever looked at Cobra Commander and went, "The Klan." I mean, come on. It was he took the helmet off because he wanted to.
All right, here you go.
Wanted his hair to breathe. I don't.
That hood right there is more white and clanny than anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean,
look. The bottom line is there is no company policy against a hooded Cobra Commander. We just haven't seen it yet. So that's that. I mean, I think that's pretty well straightened out.
I think we're just waiting.
So we can just, all of that nonsense, internet nonsense, can just go take a permanent nap at this point because, yeah. Now I hate to tell you this, Corey, tying those two things together, that's not helping the case. That's just not. Yeah, no. Anyways, no, I don't know. Wait and see, right? I just worry about back on track. I just worry about this face being all rippled. I can't wait for this. Can't wait for this. Sign me up. Take my money. I can't wait. Why? I mean, seriously. Awesome.
Not that I didn't like the one the classified one, but this one's a whole lot better.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
1,000 times better.
Yep.
1,000 times better.
I finally got around to sticking my new retro Duke and retro Scarlet in my display case with the others, and then I was looking at this stalker while I'm looking at the stalker that I've had, and I got the same sentiment. Not that I don't like that modern stalker, but I really want this stalker.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just more iconic vintage feel.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
The colors is just.
That was the cool thing about Stalker was the light greens, right? I mean, it's awesome. Awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah, I really
can't wait for this
I
one.
like this one a lot.
Yep. This was the star for me from all of the releases. Is that Stalker right there?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And we already know that they pretty much told us Big B-Mac, ain't that what his name was?
Yeah.
He pretty much told us.
Yeah.
What the HasLab is.
Yeah, he said it. Read between the lines, and you'll have a clue.
When he held his fingers up.
Yeah.
He said, "Read between the lines."
Yeah. So that was.
That was don't know. Just look at the symbol on his shirt.
Yeah.
And then look at the symbol on the Rattler.
Yeah. It's the Cobra Air Corps. Yeah. It's how big this sucker is going to be, and how much money is it going to be?
Yeah.
I'm guessing 400.
I was just gonna say, you guys think we're over the 300 mark?
Yeah.
And I think, yeah. Jeez.
It'll have $100 worth of missiles.
That's true
The
too.
Rattler was loaded with missiles.
Yeah, it is. It's a flying bomb.
They'll have all the blast effects for the engines like that, and the
Yeah,
missiles. You know it will.
yeah, the damaged panels and the whole bit. Yeah,
Now, whether it lights up, if they leave electronics out where it don't light up, that might save a little bit. Keep the cost down.
That's going
let
to
me
happen.
ask you, does it need to light up?
That's my thing. What would light up on it? Because it really
Just the cockpit.
Yeah, but yes.
Just like
yeah.
with the Dragonfly, the cockpit lit up and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
Maybe
Timothy says 500 easily. And Corey's at 400.
I'm at 400 because I don't know if
I
we
am
could
too.
take 500. I don't know. Could we take? I can't. Well,
Yeah.
shoot, I can't
I
take
just-
400. So
Yeah, I don't think they would go that high. I mean, I could be wrong, but of course, that attorney at play said it was what 650. I can't something like that. So,
Yeah, but it
who
was
knows?
17 foot tall and 18 foot long.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly. Boy, I don't
Some
know.
of the box that 12 people had to tote.
I've said it before, guys, and I'll say it again. I have big concerns about the support for the HasLab, whether it's a Rattler or anything else, because economically, boy, I don't know.
Well, if they're saving this announcement for the cons, FalseCon or
well, they said
Super One, it's going to be something big.
I think they have to. I'm not sure when it's going to be. I haven't checked the dates, but I know this Star Wars lab has got to be done. I mean, before they do this one.
I believe so too.
I think that's a safe bet. I don't know.
They've been doing what about middle of June, and it runs to the end of July, and that's what the other two, the Hiss and the Dragonfly.
Something like that, right?
Yeah. So if that's the case, within the next week or two, it should be going up.
I don't know. A lot of people were speculating that Hasbro was going to wait until this latest Star Wars HasLab had run its course before they announced another one.
That's what I'm seeing most people say too.
I just don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. They had the Sky Striker and the Rancor going at the same time. Of course,
Yeah.
it did. And it was right before Christmas. I think that's why the Rancor failed. Honestly.
Yeah, I do too. Yes, the timing on that was terrible.
You had three. The Proton Pack from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, that
You
was
had
terrible.
three, and they were all three right before Christmas.
Yep.
That was not a smart move on their part.
I don't know.
You have too many people that collect Star Wars and G.I. Joe.
Yep.
I mean, it's a.
And of course we got the Stinger, right? Which that was a given. We all knew that was coming.
I forgot to
What
load
about
it.
what do y'all think about the O-ring Ghostbusters?
I didn't get them.
Honestly, I couldn't care less.
I'm
They're
not
sold
big
out
Ghostbusters.
already.
I saw a comment where a guy said that if you're not a true G.I. Joe collector if you don't buy the O-ring Ghostbusters. And I'm
I
like,
saw that. That was the stupidest.
You're an idiot.
If you don't
I'm
climb
getting tired of it.
119 feet down out of a tree to get your hands, what are you talking about, you
He
moron?
puts that on. He puts something like that on every day,
He's an
and
idiot.
it's starting to get annoying. Honestly, in my opinion.
Well, he's a little too full of himself. He's trying
Yeah.
to, I'm Joe Lumberjack, and I had to climb down. No, that Star Wars HasLab is at 48.4%.
Yep.
With 29 days remaining, so
Yep.
that one will probably fund. But no, guys, Ghostbusters came out, and it was a funny movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the mess with the cartoons. Never paid a lick of attention to either of them, other than that there were two of them running consecutively. I never saw Ghostbusters as a major player in the toy world, anyways.
I didn't either. I couldn't
care less.
I've watched the cartoon. I love the cartoon, but I never did buy none of the action figures back then because I was too busy buying G.I. Joes. So
Me too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you were one of the cool
G.I.
kids.
Joes and Mask, is what the two big ones that and Masters Universe. So
Yep.
I know. But I did. I loved it. I love the card. I love both the cartoons. I love the Filmation cartoon also.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was the real Ghostbusters, the Ghostbusters, and the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I remember all that mess, and it was just like kind of like, wow, how did you guys do that? You sold the license twice. But whatever. Stinger price. What do you think? $100 again?
Same as
Yeah.
a vamp.
You think?
Yeah.
I think if there is a jump, it'll probably only be about $10.
Yeah.
Um,
You do have the doors and all on it, so I mean it
Yeah.
might be a little bit.
yeah.
You know.
I am thrilled that it wasn't a Pulse exclusive.
Yeah.
The classic Vamp being a Pulse exclusive and not ever getting any more of them.
Mhm.
That's gonna come up again and again and again
Mhm.
with Hasbro from fans. They're
I
not.
bet you they don't make the same mistake with the Stinger.
Yeah.
No.
They'll. I mean, you know they'll release it, the Mark II with
the Mark II, yeah.
the tan clutch, and they'll
Yep.
probably do more of them.
Yeah, I think that's safe.
Is it fan channel, the Stinger, or is it gonna be general release?
Well, it's
They said most retail stores.
yeah. So
Most
you know, Double E, Big Bad,
Yeah, Walmart will
Amazon, Paul's, they'll have them. And
I'm
that's
sure
the
Target
18th.
will, but I bet Walmart won't.
Yeah, you might get them at Target.
Yeah,
Pretty sure Walmart won't.
I got to tell you guys, I kind of this past week made rounds again, and I had posted that out of the 5 Walmarts that I had been to, only 3 of them even still had pegs for Joe stuff. That's down to 1 of the 5.
None of mine around here has them.
Yeah, just the 1 still
You
has
have to
pegs.
go. You have to go to Florence and Muscle Shows and Huntsville area to get them around here.
So, what that means, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. So, and the Stinger, like I said, we knew that was a given. That was, and which Mark II is a given. So, we'll see what that looks like. Maybe,
I don't know.
possibly.
I don't know, Corey. I don't know what camp you're talking about.
Right. What camp? Right. What camp? Yeah, we talked about these before. We know what you're talking about. The Iron Studios, Gridiron Studios.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I think they're cool on anything other than the Vamp. If you start sticking that stuff on there, it's not a Vamp anymore.
Exactly.
But are they cool? Yeah.
Yeah, they're
But it's
cool,
not a Vamp.
but it's not a vamp.
Right.
You said our adding all this other stuff is not a vamp.
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
saw
it's
one.
cool.
I saw one today. A guy posted that had all of the stuff on it.
Yeah. All
And
5 tiers or whatever.
it just was not a vamp.
It's not a Vamp anymore. Nope.
Had the doors on it. Had the side panels with the guns and stuff, and
Yep.
the gunner seat on the back. I mean, it's just not a vamp no more.
It's not a Vamp. Nope. Nope, and nope. I think it's the same. Basically, I think if you could do a poll and look at all of the hiss tanks that are on display throughout this great country, you will find most of them are dressed classically. They don't have all that new stuff on them. Because if you put all that new stuff on them, that's not a hiss. Same with the Vamp. But we're old. We're set in our ways. We want our classic stuff. Right.
And it's cool. It's cool, like you said. It's cool that you can put it on there if that's what you want to do. But
Do you think and I'm sure they will. I'll be surprised if they don't. But on the Rattler, if they don't include the damaged panels, because you remember the Rattler, you could take 2 panels off and put the damaged panel on. I'll be surprised if they don't include that in the HasLab. Because they're pretty good about details on stuff like that.
Oh,
yeah, I expect to see them. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe even more. They may have even more damaged panels than that.
I think if it is a Rattler, I think most of the tiers, they're not going to be. You might get like damaged panels as a tier, but everything else are going to be figures. What else are you going to do with the thing? You can't load it up. You know, how many missile racks can you stick on it? It's not that.
You're going to get you're going to get Wild Weasel. It's a given. You're going to get a gunner.
Yep.
You're going to get a gunner, rattler gunner. Who else could you get after that? What else could you get after that? Blast effects. You're going to get blast effects. We know that. That's going to be an unlock, guaranteed.
You know, you could get it'd be a cool way of giving us a Strato Viper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
None, Corey. None. Other than
there's no word on. That's why I said they got a problem with that too. It would be good if we had some real solid news on the Dragonfly before they launch another one. So I don't know. I just don't know. Ground crew, sure,
possibly,
sure.
You get a gas man.
I wonder.
Oh, I might get the Window Viper.
The Window Viper.
I mean,
That's
you know there'll be at least one other figure besides Wild Weasel. They'll do at least
Got to
two.
be.
Well, you're going to get a gunner.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, will that be another, like Glenda, another one of the foreign, like Argentina Cobras or something?
I don't know. What did they make?
I don't know.
Blue suit Baroness of the Tier.
You had that Cobra Immortal, which was Snake Eyes painted red with silver.
Mm.
Now you got the silver vac metal worked out with Cobra Commander's hoods or helmets. So who knows? Maybe they might try that. You got the other one that had the other one that was Snake Eyes with was a chrome head, and he was black with the yellow pads.
What was that? Cobra, Interrogator or what is it? What is it?
Cobra the
Intimidator
Arco or something.
I don't remember. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, those are the two popular ones that look like Snake Eyes from Argentina.
Yeah, the Window Viper with the yellow ladder on wheels and a squeegee. Just pull him up next to the squeegee off. Brenda. There you go.
Brenda. Hey, they could do Chameleon. You know, the
sister,
her half sister.
Her sister.
Yeah.
How do you get a half sister that looks just like her? That don't make sense.
Well, that was the thing. If I remember right, she have surgery to make herself look like her,
something like that,
her, so she can infiltrate Cobra.
Right,
as a double agent.
Well, yeah, because she had to have surgery to make herself look like her sister, who had surgery back in issue 23 or whatever it was, right? Because she was cooked crisp, and then all of a sudden she's back to beautiful. It's awesome. That's fantastical right there. But they couldn't fix Snake Eyes for 100 issues. All right, stop making fun of my stuff.
Well, Cobra had a lot better surgeons, apparently.
Okay, so
literally, Snake Eyes couldn't ask for the surgery, though.
Well, that's true. He never asked. You don't have because
nobody knew you wanted
it. But Cobra probably got better health insurance.
Who's Cobra? They had Cobra health insurance. Let's talk about the compendium in the last 5 minutes. That sucker blew up. That sucker blew up. Funded in less than 6 minutes.
Yep.
At
2 million now.
I'll tell you where it's at right now. It's creeping up on it. The weekends it has slowed down a lot. That extra 500 book plates being signed really was handled very badly. It just was. It was handled very badly. It's kind of a free for all come Tuesday as to who will get those, instead of it being those of us that ordered. Right, there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 people that are going to get left out in the cold, even though it was their pledges that got us to that tier. That's handled badly.
Yeah,
but
I didn't like that neither.
No, that's handled badly.
What was it now?
What they did was everybody tore through the tiers so quickly that they had to add some. So what they did was, when it gets to about 5,000 backers, they said, okay, guys, when you get it, okay, it's $1.937 million right now. So we'll probably have the other tier tomorrow, which is the yearbook number 1 with the corrected dialogue, blah, blah, blah. So, okay. Initially, what they had done, John, is and this was screwed up too. So when you went into pledge, you could buy all of the books on the Joe side, which was the Snake Eyes level. Cobra Commander level was all 4 books in the Cobra set, right? They're the same books. The covers in the box are different. Or you could do the Hiss Tank, which was both Joe and Cobra levels together, right? Then they had the signed ones where there was 150 signed book plates from Larry Hama for the Joe set, 150 for the Cobra set, and 150 or 100 or 150 for the Hiss Tank level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you went in there, when the whole thing started, they're exactly the same price. All you had to do was pick one or the other, right? They were the same thing, but some had plates and some didn't. Well, who in the blank is ever going to go in there and pick the ones without the plates if it's the same price? Right.
Yeah.
But apparently some people did, because now they're saying, hey, I was confused. Well, anyways, whatever. Those sold out quick, fast. All of the signed book plates are gone. So we blew through all of the other tiers literally within days. So they said, okay, we're going to add more tiers. So this is what they did. If you guys hit $1.8 million, what we're going to do is we're going to get Larry Hama to sign 500 more book plates, but they're going to be different than the originals. Okay, it's different artwork, but he's going to have them sign another 500. Now, here's the rub, right? We got 4,800 backers when this happened. Okay.
Yep.
Only 450 people have got signed book plates, but like in my case, I had one sitting in my cart. I sent a text to my wife going, is this even remotely doable? Right? Waiting for an answer. I get an answer, click, bang, gone. They're gone. All the book plates signed. So,
Yep.
Right? I'm within the top 50 backers, within, close to those initial 450 book plates being sold off. All right. Now, does Skybound go, okay, we're going to go back and we're going to look. The next 500 people that pledged, you guys get dibs on these new book plates? No. They said, we're going to tell you what day you're going to be able, this is the stupidest thing, that you're going to be able to go in and switch your order for first come, first served on these 500 new book plates. So what they're telling you is you have to go into the pledge page on Tuesday at 10 a.m. when these things are released. You got to run over there, get them ordered, right? Modify your pledge, and then go and cancel your original order so you get the new book plate. And it's just like, so here's a big old you-know-what to at least 4,000 of your backers because you earned it, but you don't even get a fair shot at it.
Exactly.
And it's going to be an absolute free-for-all. And if it was meant to encourage new buyers, why in the world would you be telling people just to get this one ordered and then cancel your other order? It's a complete wash.
Yep.
So people are kind of upset about it, and I don't blame them. And they already warned everybody. If you are one of the pledgers that have one of the original ordered book plates ordered, you can try to switch over to this new book plate if you like it better, but it's not wise because you're apt to lose your initial order even by trying to add this. So you might want to leave it alone, but it's just, that was botched. That one is bad. But as it stands right now, it's looking like it's going to be the most successful Kickstarter campaign of all time in any category.
Yep.
16 days left to go. 5,425 backers.
But I'm confused. So you can buy just the first volume, or you can buy all 4, but you don't get an opportunity to buy the other 3 later on.
You can see. This is you can buy the first volume. Yes, you cannot buy 2, 3, and 4 separately. You have to buy them in one of the Snake Eyes, Cobra Commander, or Hiss groups. You have to. You cannot.
So why would you want to buy just volume 1 if you never had a chance to get the other 3? You never would have a complete set.
No idea.
I don't know why they didn't just do volume 1 and then wait a while and do volume 2 and then sell a box to put them in. If you want, I don't really care nothing about the box. I just think it'd look cool sitting on the shelf with all 4 of them lined up together in hardback. But
See, this is the thing. I mean, here's your rewards. Mutt level, $30. Digital edition of Compendium 1. Chuckles, $120. Digital of all 4. Okay. Duke, $75. Compendium Joe edition 1. Destro level, $75. Compendium 1 on the Cobra edition, right? Then it jumps right straight to Snake Eyes level, which is $300 for the complete set of 4, plus your cards, plus the box, plus all of the Cobra Commander, $300. Again, all the Cobra cards, the Cobra box, all 4 Cobra books. And then there was the signed editions. And then his tank is both Joe and Cobra Compendium, both sets, with both sets of cards for $600. Okay. You cannot, digitally or otherwise, you cannot buy 2, 3, and 4 separately. You have to buy them with 1. So you're absolutely right. Why in the world would you buy? Granted, it's the first 50 issues, but why? Who knows? I just don't know. But at $2 million, if it hits 2 million, which it will tomorrow, you're getting the Kickstarter exclusive yearbook number 1 with the corrected dialogue from issue number 1 that Skybound did not too long ago. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the actual yearbook one. After that, there's 4 more tiers that they have ordered, and we don't know what those are. But that extra 500 book plates is a mess. They know who ordered next in line. Why? You know what? You get an email privately saying, "Okay, we've got 500 more. Would you like first crack at them?"
Yep.
Not just free for all, and the bots will get them.
Mm-hmm.
And then what? Thanks for nothing. Cancel your order. 500 people will order and then cancel their original order. That's backwards marketing to me. I don't know what happened with that. That's a mess. But I think it's an awesome set of books. I think it really shows just how much of a fan base there is out there for the OG stuff. I can tell you right now, Hasbro sat up and paid attention when this happened. I really think I don't think they had any choice.
Yep.
To really look at what happened with this. Classic stuff sells. So
my concern is if say I bought the 4 volumes on the hardback.
Yep.
Well, I know the paperback's coming out later, right?
They are, but they're about $75 a piece. And there's going to be a lot more than 4 of them.
Well, that's my thing. Are they going to continue to go all the way up through issue 300 and get to others? So then I got half the series in hardback, and the other half in paperback.
Right.
That.
Yeah. No.
I thought the paperback was only $50 an issue.
No, they came out the other day and said they were going to be $65 to $75 a piece, and it's going to be like it was before. There'll only be 10 issues per book, which means there's going to be a whole lot more of them.
Oh, what? And they're going to be $75 for 10 issues?
Yeah, they said between $65 and $75 a piece. Yep.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah. That's why everybody's jumping on this.
$30 for 10 issues on theirs.
Yeah.
How's it a compendium if it's just 10 issues?
Oh, it's not, because you get all of the special missions, you get all of the yearbooks, you get the Order of Battle, you get G.I. Joe Transformers, you get all of the tie-ins in the compendium in the correct reading order.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just the 1 through 155.
Okay.
It's all, 30 issues of special missions plus the 4 issues of G.I. Joe.
So you can buy a hardback with 50 issues for $75, or you can wait and get a paperback with 10 issues and still pay $75.
Yeah, that's why
that don't
everybody's.
Make any sense.
It's crazy, but everybody's all over it. That's why, because they know that it's not going to be. They're not going to get a deal like this again. Let alone with all the add-ons that have already, all the extra artwork and everything that they've done to the books. It's at this point in time, it's a smoking deal. But yeah, I guess, John, the days of $29.95 trades from Skybound is over. They want a lot more than that.
Well, they're not going to sell for that price.
Not after this campaign.
You look on eBay, most new trade paperbacks when they come out, they're already marked down $10, $15 because nobody wants to pay $35 or $40 for them.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I agree. Yeah, but they said I actually think somebody popped up, one of the retailers popped up in the questions that is running parallel with the Kickstarter campaign. There's 900 and some, conversation going on. Somebody had said they were looking at between $65 and $75 an issue come September when they hit. So $300 all of a sudden for all of the classic books doesn't seem like $350 because of shipping. Plus all the add-ons, it doesn't seem like that bad a deal all of a sudden. So yeah. I guess Skybound's trades are expensive anyway. So
they've got the volume 1 already listed on Amazon for $58.49.
There you go.
List $64.99, and it's got a line mark through it. It's got $58.49.
Yeah.
And
so they were
pre-order.
right. Yeah, they had said between $65 and $75 is what they were expecting at retail. So that's right on money. Somebody's offering a discount for pre-order.
Yep.
But this is saying issue 1 through 50. It's saying there's 50 issues in this.
Wow. Well, that's different. And maybe, I don't know. That's not what they were talking about in the
But you can see it right there at the bottom.
Yeah.
Collects issues 1 through 50.
Well, that's cool.
So that'd be about a little over $1 an issue. See, I'd do $50 for 50 issues.
Oh yeah,
or $50 or $60, but I ain't going to do no $60 for 10 issues.
Oh no.
They're
They
crazy.
had said that it was gonna be formatted the way it used to be, and I guess that was wrong, or that listing's wrong, one or the other.
It's showing it fit 10% off. I don't know if that's because you're pre-ordering it. They give you.
I think it's a pre-order. Yeah. Somebody's trying to get a jump on that, but that makes it better for sure. But yeah, but I don't know. That's just so you'll have $200 wrapped up in 1 through 155, and you don't have Order of Battle, and you don't have special missions, and you don't have G.I. Joe Transformers, and you don't have all the extras. So it's a wash, I guess.
Well, so 50. Say $65, and it'd be in 4 issues.
3 issues.
Or 4 volumes. Well, it'd be 4 to get the whole thing, right? Like
in the paperback, if they're not doing special missions and everything else, it's only 3 books.
Oh, are they not doing that with the paperback?
No.
You think it would just change the cover and print the same thing?
No, they have said that much, that you're not in the paperbacks. They're not doing special missions and Order of Battle and G.I. Joe Transformers. They're not doing that. So you can get the regular run. Oh, and the yearbooks, all 4 of the yearbooks too.
So will they do them in a separate volume?
They haven't said. I'm guessing no. I just don't know. There's a lot of information out there that's not out there.
It would make sense to me that it'd just be a paperback and they would just change the cover on it and keep the same material. I mean, that don't make any sense. Why?
Because they want this to be special, beyond just being hardcover. Yeah. I think there's material in here that's not.
I wish they had volume 2 so we could actually see what it shows, because they didn't start special missions and all until after issue 50. I don't think. Because it was later on. Because it was,
it was. Yeah, I don't know. But to tell you the truth, if you're going to buy them in trade paperback based on that pricing, even if there is a 4th trade paperback that collects, which it wouldn't, because they've 30 issues of special missions, right? 28 or 30?
30. 28 or 30, yeah.
That's a book on itself. You're still talking about 4 volumes at $65 a piece. So, I mean, so I don't know. I don't know.
I've got this the the special missions and the yearbook in trade paperback that they put out with the other sets. So
Right.
There was like 4 volumes of the special missions.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
I don't have it. I only have a handful of the original books left, and I
And
was not able to finish the new IDW trades because some of those books were $500 friggin' dollars a piece, which is insane.
Well, I was doing the classics, and they quit with volume 20, and they never did finish
Nope.
going on with it.
Nope.
Plus a mission volume 18, which is selling for about $200, so I ain't
Yep.
going to spend that. So
No.
I've got 1 through 20 minus 18, and the books that I'm missing from volume 18, heck, you're going to spend even more than that if you buy them individually.
Oh, yeah.
Because they've
Yeah.
gone crazy
Yeah.
on the pricing on this stuff.
But the speculation has been that this has been so wildly successful that you're going to see the IDW run done in the exact same way.
Yeah.
That you're going to get 4 books in a compendium, and that will be your set, plus whatever side they had a lot of side books too.
They had a whole bunch of side books.
So we'll see. It's been a huge success, though. I know that much.
Yeah. Are we about to get kicked off? Because we're at 2:11. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, we're past.
Getting close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I couldn't remember how long it allowed us.
that's it in a nutshell. I don't know.
We shall see.
We shall see. We shall see. Father's Day next weekend.
I think so. Yeah. Yep.
So maybe some of us will have something cool to show. Maybe.
I did find.
I don't have that much confidence in my kids.
I did find my Iron Man I needed for my Avengers set. So
Oh, that's nice.
I found him yesterday.
Cool.
Because Avengers #1, he'd already went to the gold. He was still wearing this. He hadn't gone to the red and gold yet. So.
Yeah.
But I got to get a Thor. I was going to use that Ragnarok Thor, and I didn't realize that his eyes are red, glowing red in both heads. I thought one head was a regular head where you could do a regular Thor, but I was wrong. So I'm going to have to track down that 80th anniversary Thor that they did because it's the most accurate to the original.
Cool.
I get it, then I'll have all 5 of the original members, and I can put them together.
Here's my prediction. McFarlane announced actually today, Sergeant Rock. Typically no guns, which is stupid. But anyways,
He don't come with no guns.
no, because no, Warner has a strict policy now. All of a sudden,
What's he going to come with then?
he's got it looks like he's got like a knife and I don't know, set of pom poms. I got no idea. I just, but here's my prediction. He is a collector edition, so the platinum variant will be the Unknown Soldier with the Hush bandaged head. You watch.
Huh.
What do you bet? That's my prediction. Let's get out of here before we get kicked off.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Good night.
night.